Hi, my name is Jacob Muncie, alongside my two co-hosts, Chase Colbert and Matthew Heiserman. Today we're going to be talking about teams that might be sneakily a dark horse to win their division this year in the NFL. Let's start off with you, Matt. It seems like you're pretty high on the Chicago Bears over there.
Yeah, so I mean, when you look at the Bears, the first thing that comes to mind is their offense, now surrounded by Caleb Williams, of course, the quarterback that they took first overall in the draft. And then you put in DeAndre Swift, who they got during the offseason, and their wide receiver core of DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Roma Dunze, especially for the future. And then you look at their defense, they have stars like Montez Sweat, Jalen Johnson, Tremaine Edmonds, and I mean, I just don't know where it could go wrong. I'm not sure if I trust the other teams in that division. While they are good, they don't have necessarily the most experience. I think it could really be a grab for first place in that division, and I'm going to have to give it to the Chicago Bears.
I think they're going to somehow get past the Lions and Packers. That's quite a surprise. Chase, who do you have?
Well, that division last year, Matt, that you bring up, the NFC North, it wasn't really that close. The Lions ran away with it a ton toward the end. So, to me, I'm going to go with a division that I think is more up for grabs, a division that was separated all by one game between these three teams. And I think the Indianapolis Colts are a dark horse between the AFC South. A lot of people are really high on the Houston Texans, and for good reason, mainly because of the hype for C.J. Stroud. But this Colts team, you added Joe Flacco, who may start the season depending on how Anthony Richardson does in training camp, and then when he does come in, Anthony Richardson is a star at the quarterback position.
But there is some breaking news in the NFL. Tom Brady has stated he wants to come out of retirement for a second time. The Patriots and Raiders are the front runners to land him. How has this affected the NFL, coming out of retirement twice?
Well, I mean, are you really surprised? I mean, this guy's Tom Brady. I mean, he probably had, the greatest first of all time. He's probably the guy who got to still become the greatest player of all time. So if the Patriots or Raiders are the top two options, it's going to be interesting because he owns a share of the Raiders. So he would have to sell that share of Las Vegas in order to join the Raiders. I think New England sounds like a reasonable choice. Would they want to sign him, though? No Bill Belichick there. They just drafted a quarterback. Who knows? The Raiders may be a more realistic option. But again, you also don't know with him owning a piece of the ownership. But wow, 47-year-old Tom Brady out of retirement. The GOAT is coming back to the NFL.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was expecting that part. Matt, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, even if he does come back, I don't know if it's going to make the biggest difference depending on what team he comes back, because the two teams that you mentioned, the Raiders and the Patriots, they're not really in contention even with a quarterback like Brady. Plus, I think we're in a new wave of players. You're looking at your Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, who I definitely think with their respective teams could easily beat either the Raiders or the Patriots. So I think that his days of glory, even if he comes back, might be over. So while he might want to, continue pursuing his career in the NFL, I don't know if it'll make much of a difference to his accolades.
Well, hold on. Let me just say, right now everyone's trying to figure out how to beat this Patrick Mahomes guy. Two guys have done it, Joe Burrow and Tom Brady. Maybe Brady's the answer.
Now, that was also when Brady was in his prime, and we're looking at that from many years ago at this point. And we've seen Mahomes win back-to-back Super Bowls. I don't really think there's any decline here to Tom Brady.
Yeah, if he joins the Raiders, he's going to play him twice. But that's all for today's show. I am Jacob Muncie alongside Chase Colbert and Matthew Heiserman, and we'll see you guys next time.